Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, what I'm going to do is share with you some of my favorite basics paper house papers, and then I'm going to go ahead and use them for a scrapbook layout. So I have a couple favorites that I do have a bunch of. Now this is an order I just placed and received it. So let's go through them, which are like my favorites basics papers, and these are papers that you can use over and over and over again. So this is from the Lake Life collection, and it does have this beautiful water scene with some nice chairs on a deck here. But this, look at this dark wood grain. It's gorgeous. One of my favorites. So always a basic. Now this one, these Christmas trees can be used for Christmas, they can be used for outdoor, all that kind of good stuff. This is the Great Outdoors. And then on this side, there's this Starry night one, but it's just like, it's just a great background. So I love this one. This is one of my basics too. I always have a couple of sheets of this in my stash. I just love it. It's great. You can use it for Star Wars, you can use it for camping, all those kind of good things. Then I have another Great Outdoors paper, and it's got the mountains on this side, but look at that. It's like a tree bark. It's gorgeous. I love it. And it's a different shade. This one's a little bit more chocolatey than this one. So there's another one. And then this one is one that I just love. Now, it is a cut-apart sheet, so it's got all of these fun food things on this side, but there we go. There is another wood grain, and this one is kind of reminiscent of a wood cutting board. So it's got some distressed marks in it. It's a little bit lighter here. It's darker around the edges. I just think that this one is gorgeous as well. And this one is a different shade of brown as well. So if you're like, Sandy, you have all these brown shades. You darn right I do. You darn right I do. And I love them all. So we have that one. Now this one is nautical. And I feel like this one's just a great blue background. Of course, there is this beautiful sailboat photograph and all on this side, but this is just a great background. It's a tone, blue on blue. It reminds me of what I like to do with my stenciling, where I have tone on tone. It's just a great blue background to have. I have another Lake Life, so then again another dock out here, but on this side, look at that, you guys. It is a gorgeous green wood grain pattern paper. It's beautiful. Love it. So here is At the Beach, and this is a cut apart with all of the beachy things. But on this side, it's like this whitewashed kind of light blue / white, a little bit of minty in there, wood grain. Absolutely gorgeous. And then I have another At the Beach, and then of course you have the Dune beach scene on this side, but then this gorgeous dark blue painted wood grain on this side, which I think is beautiful. So Paper House does make some beautiful wood grains, you guys. This one is One Big Happy Family. This is the dad stuff on this side. Of course, there's some great little cut-aparts. This plaid is absolutely gorgeous. But on this side, it's like this distressed, minty, peachy, kind of peeling paint wood grain, and I love that. Now, this one is another favorite of mine. It does have this Boston map print on this side. However, so this is great. Like, you can use just as a map print. You don't have to use it as Boston. But look at that. One of my favorite pages I've ever done has this as a background, and I just love it. This brick background just makes me happy. Here is another favorite. So this is Discover USA. It is a cut-apart sheet. And they're great cut-aparts on this side, but this kind of bold, more primary-esque diagonal stripe, this sings to my soul, you guys. I love a diagonal stripe, and this is one of my favorites ever. Here's another Discover USA paper. Of course, it's got the cut-aparts on this side. And then on this side, it is a wider plank wood grain that's kind of got like little nails in it. So love that one as well. This one is a Christmas paper. This is Christmas Joy. So it does have this pre-printed on this side, but on this side is this nice, dark, deep kind of espresso, kind of thicker planked wood grain. Love this one. This one is a Christmas collection, but they sell it all the time on the site, so you don't have to worry about that. And then I have this bad boy right here. This is another beachy themed one. So all the cut-aparts on this side, and then this light blue kind of whitewashed, tiny little bit, a bit of a thicker planked blue wood grain here. Now this one is a newer one in my stash. This one I have just discovered. It's got these great stars on this side, so this is a great basic as well, especially if you like stars as much as I do. But on this side, look at this. It's like this light honey oak kind of, maybe a little bit less than a honey oak, whatever that next color down is. But this is absolutely gorgeous. Here is another basic paper that I love. This one is another dad one, but on this side, look at that plaid. This is fantastic. So it's kind of like a taupey gray and cream. Now this is fantastic because you can use this as a base, you can use it as an element, and you can put any color with it. Absolutely any color. And then I have a couple, let's see. So I also called this one a good basics paper. So one, it's a great watercolor floral. If floral is your things, it's great. But look at this. Look at the purple, you guys. It is a striped purple, but oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful purple. You can use this one. You can go kind of on the pinky side of the purple. You could go on the violet side of the purple. Like whatever you need, you could go for this. And I just love this. Here is another great basic. So this is a diagonal paper that is gray and white. So this is a perfect basic, but on the back, it's stars. How fantastic is this? Always, always good to have in your stash. And then this is not one of the papers I consider a great basics paper that I have to have, but I really love this pink ombre, and I have a couple sheets of it in my stash, but I used some recently, so I felt like I needed another sheet. So this is gorgeous, but probably not one of the ones that I keep on a regular basis as something that I just have a handful of in my stash because they're great papers to mix and match with anything. And then we're going to get to my two favorite paper house papers, I think, of all time. So it's this one, and it's not the Flamingos. It is this. Look at that pink wood grain. This makes my heart and soul sing, you guys. Like, look at it. It's gorgeous. And then, of course, you guys already know this is my absolute favorite paper house paper in the world. It is a cut-apart sheet from Explore Your World. It does have airplanes on it, so that makes, you know, my heart is singing. But guys, this yellow paper, I love this yellow paper. Love it. It is perfect. It is like the perfect yellow. It's not too deep. It's not too soft. It's fantastic to use with Disney pages. So I always have a hunk of this in my stash as well. So those are the papers that I keep in my stash as basics of things that I need to have at all times because they are great just papers to have. Except for this one. This one was a I need another sheet of this kind of thing. But this, I love using this and like cutting apart florals, like fussy cutting florals and popping it up. Gorgeous. Maybe this is a basic after all. Who knew? Who knew? But those are it, you guys. So those are the papers. Now let me actually pull some things out and actually scrapbook the things. Let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I am going to go ahead and start with the blue tone-on-tone paper from the Nautical collection and that dark brown wood grain from the Christmas Joy collection from Paper House. So I'm going to cut on a diagonal that blue paper, and I'm just going to line it up over top of my brown paper. Now, that does create a pretty jolting join line where this is. So I decide that I am going to go ahead and give my washi tapes a swirl and try to figure out and find one that will work. Figure and find, okay? So I find this, basically it's like a translucent white, almost clear, but it does have gold polka dots on it. So I am going to line up my paper with my grid mat, and then place my washi tape across the entire sheet of paper, lining it up with the lines on the grid mat. And what that's going to do is allow me to have this polka dotted paper polka dotted washi lined up perfectly on my paper. So now I'm going to pull in some other papers. Now I am using my Kill a Kit with Style, my Christmas in July kit. So I am using that project pad from Together for Christmas. I keep wanting to call it I'll Be Home for Christmas, but that's not it. I am going to use that blue Tone on Tone Paper House paper one more time. I cut that down to 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And then I have my mat as 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. So now I have a double matted photo, and that's going to go ahead and go right here in the center. So this is a picture of our Christmas tree on Christmas Eve. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I have the Christmas tree up, on Christmas Eve, I always take the photos, like after the presents are down and the stockings are down and everything's there, I take a photo. And then Christmas morning, before we tear into presents or anything like that, I have to take a photo again. I don't know what's going to change from the moment I put the presents out on Christmas Eve till the next morning. I mean, basically it's a couple hours later because, we stay up until midnight watching Christmas movies and drinking cocoa. But I don't know. But these photos are from Christmas Eve, okay? The other photo I've already scrapbooked of the tree was from Christmas morning. And you can kind of see near the top of the tree where the lights were starting to go out. So we do have a pre-lit fake Christmas tree. Fun fact, I am allergic to trees. Like, just about every single tree there is, I'm allergic to it. So, yeah. Living life with a real Christmas tree is a struggle. And we tried it multiple times when I was... Ooh! All of my pop dots just fell down. We tried it multiple times when I was growing up. We tried getting a real Christmas tree, and basically I was a stopped up, snotty little mess the entire Christmas season, so we have never done that. And we have never attempted it as an adult. So there it is. Now I am pulling out the Paper House sticker book. Now this is more... I guess it's more geared to a planner. It is life organized, so they're basically planner stickers because they're a little bit thinner. And I'm okay with that. I'm just going to put that striped one over top of my scrap piece of the plaid paper. And now I've kind of given my layout a little bit of a horizontal element instead of it just being vertical. So I'm building up little clusters of embellishment. So I've got the one down here at the bottom. And on this one, I've got the 3D sticker, I've got the flat sticker, and now I'm going to fussy cut some of the ornaments out of the paper. And some of them I'm going to adhere straight down to the page, and some of them I'm going to pop up on a round foam square, a circular foam square. Now, a foam circle, right? Is that what we decided? Like we were talking about. Is that what I decided while I was running my mouth at you guys? I guess that is the question. So I'm going to do this in three or four different spaces on this layout. So one over here on the right hand side at the bottom, and basically what that is going to do is give me a fun little area of decoration so that you can look at it. Now your eye is automatically drawn from the upper left to the bottom right just because of the diagonal that is there on the page. Like, it's nothing I have done other than put that washi tape down that center on the diagonal like that, so your eye is automatically going down. Now, normally you would go from top right to bottom left because that is the normal way that you would read a page. However, if your mind works a little bit different, which is cool, you might be going from bottom right to top left. Whichever way your eye takes you, either way, you're zooming by and seeing this big old cluster of a photo and some fun stuff to look at, right? So now I'm going to create the other little clusters, and I just decided to overlap some of the paper here on that horizontal line, and then I'm going to have a couple little bits right here underneath of the title. And check out those white hairs that are just kind of like, my hair is kind of poofing out off to the side. So I'm okay, right? I'm okay with white hairs. I comment on them a lot just because over, I would say probably the past year or so, I've gotten a lot of white hairs, like a lot. And it's not that I'm like, oh my goodness, I've got white hairs. I'm old. Like, it's not that. It's just, I'm kind of amazed at the rate that they're coming up. I'm totally cool with it. And then they do funky things like sit out the side of my head so you can see it when I put my head over top the video. So I am really glad that my hair is coming in white though, and it's not gray. I know that that sounds really weird, but like, I am looking forward to the time where I'm a little old lady with a shock of white hair. Like, I just think I just think little old ladies with white hair are the cutest thing ever. You know what I mean? They're just the cutest thing ever. So I want to be the cutest thing ever when I'm a little old lady too. So now I'm going to take the word phrase stickers off of this sticker sheet because, you know, I'm trying to kill this sticker sheet. And I put one down here next to the ornaments, and then I trim down Season's Greetings and place it there. And then I put Dear Santa up here at the top left. And I put it up there because it's red and I have a line of red words going down the side of my photo. Not because anybody is waiting for Santa. The kids are very grown by this point. Now, I am trying out this little wood veneer tree because I have a love affair with little wood veneer trees, but it doesn't make it on to the page. I will say that I do add one little line of, you know, my handwriting. I don't want to say journaling because I didn't really journal. It's text, right? It's like handwriting in my text, and it just says Merry Christmas Eve 2019 underneath of the photo. Now, I am using some white Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and honestly, guys, I don't mix it up enough so that the pigment is throughout it, so the white kind of is more of a shimmer instead of actual white splatter. But there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks for checking out my favorite paper house papers, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.